When you say trends, and obviously your style is so fluid that you kind of like change with whatever you're kind of feeling, and probably whatever your client's feeling. Is it something that you guys look at trends and almost try to stay ahead of them, or do they help you define what your current style is going to be, or do you just not really like pay that much attention to what is trendy?
Yeah, I think that I pay attention to where if I see something, I really like it. So it would be ahead. I definitely want to stay ahead of the trend. I think that's hard to sell a client on because they're not used to seeing it. So where you struggle with staying ahead of the trend is most of the times your clients are coming to you for a project that they've seen and they want you to do it again. And again, it gets back to my initial conversation or comment that, there's so many people that are really good at, whether it's a Spanish net or a brick or, traditional, where they're good and they keep refining that. And for me, if somebody comes to me, a lot of times I've moved on from what they've seen and I don't want to go build that again. Yeah. And so staying ahead of the trend is hard at times because it's hard to put the pretty picture down in front of them. You have in your mind where you want it to go, but people are they visualize things. And so there's not a lot of resources to go to or to present when you're trying to stay ahead of it. And so a lot of times also being ahead of the trend, you don't like it, right? It takes a little time. I often compare it. I try to tell my clients it's like a car. When you pass the new BMW on the road and it's got the new big grill, you don't like it the first 4, 5, 8 times you pass it on the road. And after 3 or 4 months, you realize how outdated the other one was and that you like it. And so I think that I use that a lot of times with design with our clients too. So they come to you and they love you, and then you present these things. And they have a hard time grabbing it sometimes. So it takes time to sink in. And I tell my clients, it's okay, you may struggle with it right now. And it's okay if you don't look at it and fall in love right away. Yeah.
Is that a tough conversation? I can imagine that occasionally you might get pushback. Well, like, sure. Oh, well, I know what I love or something like that. Is there a way to talk them down from that kind of thing?
Sure. And I think that all just gets down to your client relations. How old are they? How well do you know them? Where are you in the process of how much they trust you? And so there are clients that come to you and be like, well, I don't get it yet, but I absolutely trust you, so it's fine. And then you have clients that are a little bit more timid and scared, and you lay things out and you build that trust with them as you go. And so you'll keep some of that stuff in your back pocket until the time's right to strike. So I think that's just it depends on your client's personality and how they're clicking with you and where they are in the process and how you do that.
Well, on that point of client personality, it almost sounds like you have a bit of a responsive style to where, you guys get to know your clients really well and then sort of build towards their lifestyles and their habits. In that conversation, how do you get to know your clients so well that you feel comfortable, building a space that reflects them and their lifestyle?
Well, if they have good taste and you see that they've got good taste, then you take their feedback and you're open to it. And if they have shitty taste, then, you really don't, I don't really, I'm pretty offensive. Like I'm on the offensive there. And so again, we have clients that are, we would like to elevate their taste, and it's just everything they put down. They may be the loveliest people in the world, but what they're showing you, they think meets our style, and it's the worst thing in the world. So again, it's where you are in that process. And again, personalities on when you can start, laying some things down for them. So it's not like one size fits all on how you're going to handle the client.
Yeah. Well, when you're first meeting a client, do you have like kind of an onboarding conversation with them? I mean, how deep with the questions do you go to get to know them, to know whether or not you'll like their style? Or is it a matter of just like, look what you're wearing kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, Emily always, my wife will tell you, yeah, like, let's put some color in there, like almost like what you would wear. And so you have some clients that have saved money and really want to build a product with you. And so you have that. And you have some clients that are repeat clients. And so, I have a lot of repeat clients or repeat family members then. Or you have people that saw this project and love it. And then you have somebody that maybe moves in from out of town that doesn't really know you yet. And you have to work up to it, right? So again, it's a case by case basis on how we're handling that. And same thing for age and where they are in their life and what they really want out of their project. Because we do commercial spaces for clients as well. Yeah.